Hello, hello. Please come in. Please come in. There's some fresh cookies in the cookie jar. There's a pitcher of Kool-Aid on the counter. Have a seat. We'll put a movie on for you. This is Movies at Grandma's House, where we look at the movies from the past, and in special cases like this, movies that, as of this recording, haven't even come out yet. And we see if they're good by our standards today. I'm your host, Isaac. Much more impressive than the last Hedgehog I fought. And who's joining me for this special episode of covering Sonic the Hedgehog 3?
This is Seth. Dude, I'm standing right here.
It is fantastic to see you. How are you doing?
I am great tonight. Yeah, how are you doing?
Oh, I don't know what to say. It's just a awesome experience because to give a little backstory, this is being recorded before Sonic the Hedgehog 3 has come out. We do movies from the past, but both of us got to see a early screening of this movie. So this is going to be a spoiler free. We're not going to spoil anything. We want to make that clear. I'm just so excited. I mean, how are you feeling about that? That's just, I don't know what to say.
It's so much fun. I don't know how to contain myself.
It was so cool. I mean, it was just an experience. They actually had, I forgot to grab it, but I have it, another place. They actually had my seat reserved in the movie theater. It was so cool. So big shout out to Paramount. They got this set up for us. Huge thank you. You can watch all the Sonic movies on Paramount Plus currently. So be sure to check out Paramount Plus, all of them. Big shout out to them. Just a big thank you because, like Seth said, this was just so much fun. We can't contain our excitement when it comes to that. So a little bit of a different episode. We're giving our review. Again, it's another, so we don't have to give you that warning this time. But we're gonna just treat it like we just walked out of the theater, which we did. We just saw this. It's fresh in our minds. But before we really get into the meat of it, just a friendly reminder: if you could do us a solid, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That way, you'll be up to date with all things Movies at Grandma's House. So let's jump into this. I'm just so excited to get into it. Again, we're doing this review a little bit different since this movie is not out yet. So I'm interested to know, let's just go straight to, what were some of your expectations before seeing this movie?
Well, we studied those trailers before it came out, and I knew there was going to be a lot of action. So I was looking forward to seeing all the team in action for sure.
It's just so exciting to see it in the trailers. And that was my expectation too. It's just, okay. The last movie, we kind of got a glimpse of it at the end, but they were against each other. You only got towards the end of the movie. So to get a full Sonic movie of all three Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles together, yeah, I was expecting that. I was hoping this would just be a fun ride. I had the privilege to also bring my kids in this theater, so this was an experience. That's all I can say is, I was so pumped. I was really looking forward to it because it's like they're excited, I'm excited. I just want to go in and have a great time, and we'll get into it. We'll talk about it. So, just as a summary, if you haven't seen the trailers, it kind of gives you a glimpse. That's the storyline of that. We're not going to go into depth on that, but the story is there's a new foe in town. His name is Shadow, and he's just causing trouble. So it's up to Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and Dr. Robotnik is back. Jim Carrey is back. And also his grandfather, Drold. So I'm interested. What are some just first impressions? Again, we're keeping this spoiler free, but what was your feeling, I guess, first impressions?
Well, I didn't put this in my notes, but the music was really, really good for this film. My first impressions were, for sure, that this was much more intense a movie than the others were, but not in a bad way. It was very captivating, for sure.
Yes. I think that's a good way to put it. It's more intense. The feeling I was getting is it definitely goes darker. you kind of get that from the trailers.
Yeah.
That's not, anything different. I guess that's a kind of a spoiler, but not really. But what you see in the trailers, that's definitely what they're going for. Which that would kind of keep you by surprise, I guess, if it was all happy and la la la, and there's this very menacing shadow who's kind of a darker character and everything. But that's something that kind of stuck out to me. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking to myself, like, wow, they are kind of, it's a kids movie, but they're definitely going there. There's some darker elements going on, and it's not pushing the envelope or anything. It's just more edgy, more intense, like
Mhm.
you said. I think that's my first impressions too. Just taking it all in because it hits the ground running. I mean, that's one thing I will say. It just really takes off. There's no, okay, let's ease you into this. It's almost like you've seen the first two. I mean, it makes it mandatory. I mean, why would you jump into the third one? But it treats you very smart. I appreciate that. Like, what happened in the first two. We're just gonna go, 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 go. Very Sonic like, gotta go fast. Go, go, go. And that's what I just really enjoyed. Uh that's kind of the impressions that it gave to me. But I think if we're gonna talk about this movie again, we're keeping the details out. I think the characters still
Mhm.
shine here. We talked about that the first two. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts. What'd you think of the characters? We have some old, but we also have some new.
Well, so the characters were very well brought out and pronounced, diving right into their backstories and everything. Even there was a couple emotional scenes in the movie, which I really enjoyed, giving a little bit of a balance, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I feel that they could have used a little bit more Knuckles because I love Knuckles so much, but I loved all of Knuckles' scenes for sure. They did a great job.
Yeah, I think he got better. Yeah, I can always never say his name.
Idris Alba.
Idris Alba. There it is. It's like if I hear it, then so Idris Alba. I was captivated even
Yeah.
more, and that's saying something because he did a fantastic job on the second one. But I felt more
Mhm.
emotion, I guess, from his lines. He had a few very, like you said, there's some emotional scenes in there. And even
Mhm.
just in a few segments, I mean, it's not like overly dramatic or anything, but it's just
Mhm.
there's a tone to his voice, and I really picked that
Mhm.
up. I thought, Sonic again, he's great. He has those lines in there. He's funny. He has a more edge to him. Everybody just has more of an edge to him in this movie.
Yeah.
Um, but Keanu Reeves, I think, was just he was just I love Keanu Reeves. What'd you think about him as Shadow?
Well, I guess I kind of glossed over this. The voice acting, the voiceover work was really well done. Each character, very well done. I loved the new additions to the film, and the humor is there, which is I think a staple of the series now. I did want to say you keep bringing back up the edginess.
Yeah.
If we go back to our first Sonic movie, I was saying I wished it was more edgy, and this
Yeah.
brought that. It definitely did,
Yeah.
and I'm really blown away by everything. It made me want to watch Knuckles again, the TV show. I really enjoyed it. Tom and Maddie, Donut Lord, just amazing. It was
Yeah.
just really good. Yeah.
Yeah. I like their dynamic, they just there's good chemistry all around. And I think that's just a sign of this is the third movie, so they're really, and not that they didn't before, but I don't know, there's just more of that chemistry being more present. Just it
Hmm.
really seemed like everybody, it felt like the third movie. Like they've gone through all these experiences together and it showed. And that's
Hmm.
really good acting. I have to praise them. Really everybody in this movie. There wasn't anyone I thought,
Yeah.
that might be lacking or anything.
It did feel really polished. They definitely spent their time and did the little details that make it good, and I really appreciated that.
Exactly. I just appreciated it. That's the great word. It's just you can just sit back and enjoy it. Again, if you've seen the first two, it's a great
Hmm.
third in a trilogy. I think it just really caps it off well. The tone and the feeling. like you said, you kind of wanted that edginess to kind of it gradually gets you there. I think that's when I'm looking back at all three of these movies. I appreciate it. The first one really introduces you well to Sonic and even with Robotnik, like if you take his character and spread it out over these movies, you see almost like that character arc going on where he does get a little more edgy. And he did the
Mhm.
last movie, but he even more so in this one. I think at least I felt that way. I think if we're talking about characters still, there was a few moments I was actually like speechless. I mean, maybe it was just me, and
Yeah.
maybe I was really drawn in by Jim Carrey's acting. Like there was some you talked about emotional scenes.
Mhm.
There's all kinds of things happen in this movie. So I'm talking full scope. He was Jim Carrey. What else can we say? We've praised him, but I thought he was just fantastic. What'd you think of the return of Robotnik and his grandfather?
It it did blow me away. The dialogue I felt was a little bit stronger for Robotnik this time around. The acting was really, really good. Somehow the way they shot around him, or I don't know if they used CGI or whatever, but it was very crisp and it made it like more lively.
Yeah.
But he was so much fun. I wish that I could go over the quotes for this film. They were so many quotes for this movie. Just really great quotes. A lot of jokes. A lot of. What's funny about this, I have to say, it's a bit of a roller coaster because it's a kind of a serious Sonic film,
Yeah.
but there's very lively parts to it where it's very light and family friendly. Um, I was blown away by how good it was.
Yeah. It's just I think it's what you want. You know, again, we can't spoil anything and really talk about specifics. It's just I can't say enough how just polished, you use that word. It was very polished. It's very smooth. We use that for the last movie. We kind of described it that way. I mean, it's just a movie you can just sit and enjoy it. You don't have to overthink things. It kind of what I like about the tone of these movies. This is maybe just me personally because we've talked about, reviews. It's been kind of mixed here and there. I like how the movie just treats you like we're just going to have fun. I don't know. That's the feeling I got. Maybe not everybody gets that feeling, but it's just this is a video game movie and video games are fun. So we're
Mhm.
going to have some fun. And it's still going to tell a story. It's still going to have characters. It's going to have all that. And to your point with this one, it's like, I think this is what this trilogy was lacking, just having those more emotional sequences and just I don't know, it has its serious parts, like you were saying, but it still kept you in it. It wasn't like we're going to go 180 and change up the formula. It's like, no, if you've played the Sonic Adventure 2 where Shadow was first introduced, I mean, that's what I want to just heap a lot of praise on. I was just like geeking out. There's if you've played that game, it's not going to follow it exactly, but there's just so many little nods. We talk about little, fun, like you hear a ringtone, you hear little music or sound of there's so much of that. It's like it's
Mhm.
begging to be watched again, in my opinion. Like I've missed so
Mhm.
much. And that's just how it is. You go to the theater, you're with other people, there's distractions and things like that. It wasn't too bad, but I still felt like I'm missing some things here and there because it just
Mhm.
happens. Um, but that's what I really appreciate. I think if you're a Sonic fan, this is just I can't say enough. I'm trying not to spoil it. I just
Yeah, it's hard.
it's so hard, but it's so awesome at the same time. It's like we got to see this movie
I
where
want
it
to
came.
break it down so bad.
That's where I think we've had the discussion. We want to just give our fresh review of this, and maybe it's something we revisit where we do break it down more. We do like a
Yeah,
recover or something.
yeah.
But yeah, what else kind of sticks out to your mind? Again, we can't really go into specifics, but we kind of talked about the characters. I mean, what else about this film kind of sticks out to you?
So I have one gripe, and my only real gripe is that they used a lot of close-up shots for the main characters, and
They did.
I got to thinking about it, and it might have been because they were doing like camera angles for the video games, maybe.
Yeah.
But it was very different than the other films, and I mean, I've watched them over and over again in the past month, so I very familiar. and it was kind of jarring to me, like to see so many close-ups. But it's not a real problem. It's just something I wasn't used to.
Yeah. Well, you went from seeing it streaming, on the rewatches of
Yeah,
the first two to now a big screen, and it's the
yeah.
face. So I totally get that.
Did you catch it too? Did you catch that
Yeah.
they did a lot of close-ups?
Now that you mention that, that is absolutely true. I think
It's,
they could have
it's
just done a
practically the
little.
whole film. Yeah,
Yeah. Just a little less of it. I think I got why they shot it that way,
yeah.
kinda, and that's fine, but now that you mention it, maybe that is kind of if you wanna talk about flaws, they definitely could have improved on that, maybe just not as much, just cut back on it, and, you know, it might be interesting to see when it's streaming or you get it on Blu-ray, HD, you see it on a normal TV, maybe it won't be as jarring. I could totally see that because like I said, I was having fun and I guess I just didn't notice it as much. But now that you mention it, that is a good point. But I'll be interested, yeah, see it
Like,
on.
I'm a big cinematography buff. I talk about it a lot on this podcast. I love to see different camera angles. I love to see different, like the way movies are lit and things. And they did an amazing job. I mean, the CGI is great. It's actually, the characters seem more lifelike than all the others.
Yeah.
Um, and they did a great job. It's just little things like that I pick up on, and it for some reason it was so different. It kind of was like, whoa,
Yeah.
but it's not a bad thing. I can't say it's a bad thing.
No, no. I mean, like I said, it wasn't until you mentioned it that I really noticed it. So I
I'll
don't think it's
ruin
something
it for you.
I I don't know. It's hard to ruin something like that because it's at least it's a subtle thing. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
now that I think about it, it's like, yeah, I think if I'm gonna just be honest, because again, we can't spoil anything, but just give our impressions. So I think it was a great continuation. One thing that I noticed and who I went with, I went with someone else as well with my kids, and they pointed it out, and I was like, okay, I think maybe I thought I was the only one that thought this, but anyway, it felt like some scenes maybe they cut it off, if that makes sense.
Mm,
Like there was a lot of scenes that had more meat to it, and in the editing phase, they took it out. So I'm not trying to say that's a bad thing, but maybe if you're looking at pacing, the flow might be a little bit different. Like,
yeah.
that looked like
Yeah.
maybe there should have been something else there. What it tells me is I want to, see what those deleted scenes are because I think
Yeah.
every movie's going to have it, but I think there's some specific scenes I'm thinking of. I'm like, I wonder if they did something else or, they had to cut it down for time or
That I don't want to step on your toes or anything, but I
no.
was hoping you were going to talk about the pacing of the scenes, because that's something else I noticed. It didn't bother me, but that I did notice there were some scenes that felt rushed. The end of the scene didn't quite match up with the next scene. And it's not very noticeable. It's barely there.
Yeah.
But I was curious about that, and I'm glad you brought that up, because that was something else I was going to put in my notes and I didn't, just in case. There was something else that you said too. Pacing. I'll
It's so
think of
fresh in
it.
their
I'll think
mind.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just such a interesting experience
Oh,
because
oh, oh, I remembered.
yeah,
So they cut this one down, I'm sure, because the last two were very long,
yes, they
and
were.
this one's much shorter. I think it's like 20 or 30 minutes shorter than the last film.
Yeah, I think the runtime is like hour and 40 minutes this time,
Yeah, something
so
like that. Yeah.
it doesn't feel short, I'll say in my
No,
experience,
it's
it
a
didn't
full
feel
story for sure.
right. So I never got that feeling like, "Whoa, this ended." It definitely you're talking about pacing, I agree. In some cases, it was just kind of like, maybe they cut that out or something, but I never felt like this was ended abruptly. I think the
No.
pacing worked and the story is complete. It tells a full story. I mean,
The
it
flow, like you said, was slightly different
yeah,
than the other 2 films, that's for sure. But I
definitely.
think I think it needed to be, because there's big changes in this picture that we'll see. I mean, different things going on that we're not used to as far
Yeah.
as Sonic films go.
Yeah. It's just, they had to, I think, with a character like Shadow. I mean, if you're not familiar with it, when you go to see this movie, you'll see. But if you played the games, you're familiar. He's just, the anti-Sonic. He's the opposite. So that's going to happen. I think that's why we got so excited, though. It was taking the movies in a little different direction as far as its tone. And I mean, like we discussed, it definitely did. It captures that tone. I think that this trilogy really needed. So, I mean, that kind of hits it on there. I mean, we're kind of really emphasizing that's what you're going to get with this movie, is just be ready. It's a kids movie, but it does have its parts where it might be a little bit more on the intense side. I like that word, intense. That would probably be the best way to describe it.
I have to ask you, what did your kids think?
That was. I mean, I love this movie, but that was the experience. Seeing my kids just, I I have to put out a disclaimer. I was reading how, unfortunately, there's a lot of people spoiling the after credits that is
Oh,
stated. They've come out and said, yes, there's, an after credits, and that's all we're going to say. But people are posting it online, unfortunately. I hate to see that, because
didn't know.
yeah, it's sad, because it's like, that's where you want to experience it in the movie theater. Those little, you kind of have that payoff if you stay after credits. So, if you're going to see it, definitely stay after credits. Stay all the way through. You don't want to miss them. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, just moments like that. The action sequences, I'm catching myself because I'm like, I want to get into, but the
It's
action
hard. It's
so
so hard not to go into the scenes. The scenes were just steal the film.
And I'll just say that the action, you see it in the trailer. There's action galore in this movie. I mean, it's, when I said it hits the ground running, there's action out the gate, and it's just, oh, it's so great on the big screen. That's all I got to say. It was just,
Yeah.
I was loving my kids watch it. I'm enjoying it, but seeing my kids, they're just jaw on the floor practically, just, and they were tugging at each other because they're big Sonic fans. They watch the shows, and they know different, things, and they're just like, oh, he did that, this happened, and it's just, it was a great experience. That's all I can say. It's just so much fun. I mean, I would have had a blast by myself, but having my kids there and seeing their reaction just put it on a whole new plane. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
I bet.
Yeah. So, how was your experience overall, though? I mean, was it pretty crowded, or?
Well, I think they had about maybe 55% of the theater full.
Okay.
Maybe. They had reserved areas for, I don't know if it's for press or whatever, but they considered me press, so that was exciting.
Awesome.
Um,
I like it.
I took some notes, and they said they would think about posting them. Maybe if I would have known, I would have put the podcast down. I would have put my name down, but I didn't. So I don't know. I don't know if they will or not. But I didn't know what they were like when they told me that they basically gave me a paper and a pen, and they're like, "You take a couple sentences down." They didn't tell me that they're going to take the paper. Like I thought I was going to use that for my notes. Like, so I was like, I would have wrote way different notes different because I give my opinion instead of writing down facts. But whatever. I mean, it worked out. The experience altogether was amazing. I spoiler, I haven't been to the movie theater in a long time, so this was a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm used to watching things at home. I have a pretty big screen at home, so that's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the sound got me. Like it reminded me of being a little kid, and the sound's so loud and shakes you, and it was so much fun. But I have to say this again, the music was really good.
It
The
was.
song selection, I think you might have touched on it. It's not really a spoiler. They used a lot of stuff from the games as well.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. They've done that in the past,
Yeah.
It's
not really a spoiler.
oh, wow, they finally put stuff from the games. I mean, they've been doing that, but
Yeah.
it's all about how you do it, in my book. You could just, it feels like you're regurgitating stuff. Like, here you go, and it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't feel like that. I think it was in its time and place. I feel
Yeah.
like it just, again, going back to it's smooth, and like we said, you appreciate it when it's done well. And yeah, again, can't say enough. You're just gonna geek out about it if you're a Sonic fan. You're gonna have a good time. It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
That's how best way I can put it. But anything else? Again, we can't spoil anything. But anything else that you wanted to just bring out?
I can't reiterate how much I would love to break down scenes from this movie. When I talk about there being a couple emotional scenes, you brought up even more some other emotional scenes than when you talked about it. I'm like, yeah, there really were. It kind of tugs at your heart a little bit, and I didn't expect that, and I thought that was really cool. Like I said, there was a balance. You got a lot of action, you got a lot of drama, you got and a lot of laughs, and
Yes,
it was a nice ride. It was so much fun.
it was. I think it's got the whole package. You're gonna
It
have like
does.
you summed it up well. It's got laughs, it's got emotional, it's got action.
Yeah.
Uh, it's just, what do you want out of a movie? It's got the whole package, and
The dialogue felt really fitting.
yeah,
I was really pleased with the dialogue. That each character had their own place in the film, and they spoke in a way that was captivating, and especially Idris Elba. Um,
yeah, yeah. Can't praise him
his
enough.
voice is so commanding. I don't know how. That's so cool. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. If you liked at all any of the previous films or the Knuckles series, you'll love this for sure.
I agree with that completely. It's just a fun ride. It's just, what else can we say there? So, well, normally we would do reviews, but there's no reviews out there, user reviews that we can look to. So you're just going to have to settle for ours. And again, this is a spoiler-free review, so we're not giving anything away, but we're still going to give our thoughts, what we thought of it. So I have to ask you, Seth, even though this movie is not out yet, we still got to we still got to treat it with our rating system. So it's like you're watching it at grandma's house. I guess grandma had somebody inside at Paramount and invited you over. That's the way to look at it. But
Yeah.
if you went over and watched this at grandma's, I have to ask you, are you for Sonic the Hedgehog 3? Are you going to take it home? Are you going to leave it at grandma's? Or are you going to hide it in the attic?
Well, it's pretty obvious. We've been gushing about it. I'm going to take this home. It's so well done. They put this into a nice package, and it's just got a ribbon on it, and it's a cherry on the top of the ice cream. I mean, it's just amazing. Just all the way through, a pleasure.
Yes. It No surprises. I'm gonna take this home. It just, it's fresh in my mind. I like to try and let a movie kind of simmer and settle. I'll go back and that's why I want to take it home. I want to watch it again. I want to, pick up some things maybe I missed, and I want to go through this ride again. It's just a fun ride. It's a great, I want to look at trilogies, but I think this is a great trilogy. When I see this and then I can look at everything, I just say it's a great trilogy. It's hard to be like, well, I'm going to compare it to the other two. I'll figure that out someday. For the here and now, this is a take it home for me. I mean, I can't wait to watch it again. It's so much fun, and I highly recommend it to anyone. I mean, I think people are kind of planning to see this, but if you aren't, I highly recommend it. Get your tickets now. Go plan your trip, because it's going to be a fun ride for you. You'll have fun in some shape or form, I would say. So there you have it, folks. We did it. We've been building this moment up for over a month, and I'm just, again, I'm still kind of speechless about it all. I'm just, uh, I'm honored to have you on this journey with me, Seth, because this has just been a blast. I mean, we can't say it enough. We're just two guys having fun. We're
Yeah.
watching movies and talking about it, and then in this case, we got to see it early. So this has just been so awesome. Before we get to our links, I want to mention real quick again, we have a giveaway for this month, and a big shout out to Galaga Guy 88. He's the one who sponsored this. So if you aren't subscribed to his channel, as a big thank you, go to his channel and subscribe. Check out his content. He has a great channel, arcades, video games. So fitting that we're covering Sonic for that. But if you want this is a Sonic 8-bit Funko Pop. You can only get this at Target. So if you go to your local Target and they're out, you're not going to be able to get it unless you go online and probably pay 3 times from a scalper. So,
oh yeah.
you want to get these. I'm tempted to keep these myself. These things are awesome. They're so cool. And big thank you again to Galaga Guy 88. He sent them over. This is something you want to see in a box sent to you. So much fun to unbox it. But yes, you got Tails and Knuckles. It's hard to get them all up on the screen there. But if you want them to be yours, be sure you check out our live streams. We're going to open this up, though. If you comment on this video right now, you're going to get an entry into possibly winning these. That's right. Just comment below. Do that right now. It can be your favorite Sonic character, what you're most excited about. And if you do see the movie, what are you spoiler free? Remember, we want to spoiler free. Be sure to do that. We're opening this up. At the end of the month, we're going to do a drawing. And whatever name we get, you just have to be sure you're subscribed and get your entry in now. So I want to be sure to bring that out because we're really excited about Sonic 3, but we're also excited for this contest. These are, like I said, I'm kind of jealous somebody's going to win them, and I'm not able to win these actually. So they look pretty awesome back there.
They do.
So cool. So yeah, be sure to get your entries in. But before we wrap up, we just make sure we do our due diligence. So Seth, where can people find and connect with us?
You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. If you have any comments, questions, maybe some just random thoughts, go ahead and send them to us at movies@grandmashouse@gmail.com. And we are now on Patreon, so check us out, become a member so you can stay up to date.
There you go. Well, this has been a blast. I can't say enough. This was a fun ride, and just because we got to see Sonic 3, it's still Sonic month, so stay tuned. Yeah. We're still going to have some content out this month. We're showing the whole month as Sonic. So again, be sure you're subscribed so you can see when our new videos, our new content drops. But for now, that's going to be our time at Grandma's house. But don't worry, we will be back soon. But in the meantime, remember to be kind and rewind. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.